What is up, fight fans? You're ringside with Roy, and I want to talk about who Murat Gassiev could fight next. Murat Gassiev, he's a former unified cruiserweight champion, and he just landed a sweet left hook on Kubrat Pulev, ripping the WBA heavyweight title from him on Friday night on the IBA Pro 13 in Dubai, and a lot of doors are now opening for him. And I want to talk about some potential matchups. I'll give you 5 or 6 potential opponents I could see him fight next. I'll start with someone like Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson is a big prospect in the heavyweight division in America. He's a US fighter. He's really slick, really strong. That could be a good fight. I think it would be a nice test for Murat Gassiev. He'd be ranked with the WBA. Remember, he holds the regular title, so a lot of these guys probably won't take it as seriously. There's a lot of debate around just how legitimate the WBA regular title actually is to a fighter, but I think a lot of these younger heavyweights would love a piece of that. It's definitely a stepping stone towards one of the other big titles, the WBO, IBF, WBC, and the WBA Super. And I think having the regular title really gives you the opportunity to fight for the Super Championship. I think Jared Anderson's a good fight. I think Frank Sanchez is a good fight too. He's a Cuban. He's the slickest and probably the most technically sound of the people on the list that I have in my head that I'm going to share with you. Frank Sanchez, I like him. He's also undefeated, and he's earned it. He's had some really tough fights in the last few years, and he's come out relatively unscathed. I don't know how. Murat Gassiev is the type of fighter that will make any fight a war. A lot of people might find Sanchez's style, especially for a heavyweight, a bit boring, unless you're like a purist and you really enjoy technical boxing. Gassiev is he's not one to stand there and try and pick people apart and go for points victories. He goes for the head. He's a headhunter, so he'd make that into a good fight. I like the idea of a potential between Daniel Dubois and Murat Gassiev. I think it would be a really, really good fight to see in the UK. I think they both make for a fan-friendly fight of fireworks. I think they both have really, really good KO percentages, and that fight would just be a complete shootout. The only problem with that is from a UK fan's perspective, and I think Daniel Dubois would be targeting that April spot against Fabio Wardley for the WBO title. Unless Anthony Joshua gets there first, that would also be a great fight. There's some good fights in the heavyweight division, I must say. I think that's definitely one I would like to see, Daniel Dubois. So I've got Anderson, Sanchez, Dubois. Now, as a South African, I'm going to throw this name in the ring. I'm going to say Kevin Lerena. Kevin Lerena's called him out on social media. Fellow South African boxer Chris Thompson, who sparred both of them actively. He said he's put his name on the betting card, and he said, I think Lerena wins. I think this is an amazing fight. Lerena is a great fighter. He's probably the most well-known and marketable fighters in South Africa. I think this fight could be something that gets made anywhere in the world. So in Saudi, in the US, especially in the UK, Lerena's got a big following there. And I think I'd have to agree with Chris Thompson and probably a lot of people in South Africa, but I reckon Kevin Lerena beats Murat Gassiev. I think Murat Gassiev is, he's a powerful puncher. but he's not got the greatest defense. I don't know if he's got the best engine either. He's not like Artur Beterbiev, who has an amazing kind of stamina. He's got an amazing gas tank. As Russian, I think they're very similar, but yeah, I think Kevin Arenas he's a true athlete, and he's also a good fighter. He's a good boxer. He's only been stopped the one time in his career against Daniel Dubois, and that was a fight that he could have won. He's very well known in the UK. He just lost a decision to Lawrence Okoli, who's also a name fighter, although I think Lawrence Okoli is another one who could be on the ballot sheet to fight Fabio Wardley. So I won't put him in this list. I don't know if he's kind of well ranked or associated with the WBA anyway. I don't know if that's his direction either. I don't know if he likes that fight. I definitely think if he was to fight him, he would beat him. But yeah, Kevin Arenas, the fourth name on the list. And then the fifth name, I'm going to put Otto Wallin, because Otto Wallin beat Gassiev. He's already beaten him. He showed, really a real grit and determination, grinded out was a split decision victory. I think could have gone either way. But yeah, most people saw it in the way of Wallin. That could be a fight that intrigues both men, because Otto Wallin will say, well, I beat him, so I could beat him again and become the WBA regular champion. And I think that might be a wrong that Gassiev would want to right. Would want to take care of him, want to get the revenge. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I think it's an intriguing situation for Gassiev. But what I do want to see is him fight in the first half of next year. Don't sit on that belt. Don't lay eggs. Just let's get something. Let's get the promoters together. Let's get something going. Because he's an amazing fighter to watch. I love his fights. So yeah, really interested to see what happens next. Okay, have a great day, y'all, and speak to you soon.